Good evening, listeners. It's owl stretching time. And now, here's your host, Frank Macaluso.
Thank you, Jordan. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our first new episode of the semester. Last semester, I started off the new season by presenting you some of the program ideas that we got here at WJMU, but we ultimately rejected. This semester, I figured, hey, let's do that again. So, to kick off our season premiere, we present to you the pilot to the rejected radio podcast, World's Worst Firings.
Good evening. I'm Grover Jameson, and this is World's Worst Firings. Tonight, we will be examining the firing of one Harold Phillips. Mr. Phillips, or Hal, as his friends called him, used to work at Klingenhofer's Diner in Trotwood, Ohio, under the employ of one Jedediah Handford. Here is Mr. Phillips to tell his story.
I worked at Klingenhofer's for over 10 years as a cashier and server. Over the years, I saw Jed Handford mistreat many of his employees. He was especially cruel to those he wished to fire, and dismissed them in cruel and unusual ways when they least expected it. One especially violent firing still haunts me to this day. One of my fellow servers, Howie McLeod, was cleaning one of the booths, minding his own business, when out of the blue, Jed Handford gave him the axe.
Hey, pussbag!
Yeah?
Ah, my lungs! How many times do I have to tell you? No! More! Whistling! Now pack up your crap and get out. You're fired, you hear me? Fired!
Sir, I think he's dead.
Shut up, Phillips! He's dead when I say he's dead! Now you and Brenda go on and carry this carcass out of here. It's stinking up my restaurant!
Howie was one of my best friends in the world, and I had to carry his bleeding corpse out back and throw it in the dumpster. To this day, I can never look at a dumpster without becoming aroused. I mean nauseous! Nauseous! I misread the thing. Can we redo that?
Keep going.
Okay. But the most traumatic firing I ever witnessed while working for Mr. Handford was my own. It all started on a regular old Tuesday. Me and my best friend Brenda were working the counter when another friend of ours, Marvin, walked in.
What up, my dudes? Hey, Marvin, how the heck are you?
Pretty heckin' good, Hal. Say, you catch the game last night?
Aw, jeez, please don't mention the game in front of...
We were robbed!
Yeah, Brenda, we know.
Before I knew it, Mr. Handford had grabbed me by the throat.
What have I told you about fraternizing with the customers? That's it. The two of you are fired! Fired, you hear me? Fired!
But, sir!
Clam up, you! Take off those aprons and beat it, the both of you!
Really, sir, this is just a huge misunderstanding.
Shut up! You get out of here, too!
What, me?
You're in cahoots with them! Now get out!
Mr. Handford literally tossed us out into the street, right in the middle of the afternoon rush. Brenda and I landed safely on the other side of the street, but Marvin was not as lucky.
Marvin, look out! Marvin!
Seeing Marvin's lifeless corpse in the middle of the road, all dying and dead and stuff, I realized that Mr. Handford had to be stopped. So I came to the people from this podcast.
We tried to confront Mr. Handford about his cruel conduct, but we too were met with violence and hostility. Unfortunately, we were unable to get audio from that encounter because Mr. Handford got a hold of and subsequently destroyed our investigator's phone. Here, however, is a reenactment based on what the reporter told us had happened.
I'm not answering any questions. Now get out of here before I grind you up into hamburgers, cook you up all greasy and slippery and such, and sell you at a ludicrously high price!
Needless to say, Mr. Handford is still at large.
Hey! There you are, you rotten scum! I'm gonna kill you!
What are you doing? Mr. Handford! Mr. Handford! Get back, please! No, don't take your anger out on me! No!
Dramatization may not have happened.
Be sure to tune in next week when we interview a woman who claims she was fired for blinking too loudly. Until then, I'm Grover Jameson. Good night.
now for a sketch we did way back in Season 1 because I was low on ideas this week.
Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me that I'll never be alone. Tell me I'll never be alone.
Are you sure you don't want to come to Gina's party with me?
I'm sure, Chrissy. Look, don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
It's been 3 weeks since Blake left you.
Chrissy.
He left you, Katie. He cheated on you and threw you aside.
I know.
For the 5th time in 2 months.
I know, Chrissy.
I just don't want you getting your heart broken again.
I'm not going back to him this time. Don't worry.
Now, are you sure you'll be okay at home alone tonight?
I'll be fine, Chrissy.
All right. If you need me, just ring me up.
Okay. Well, let's see what's on TV.
Oh, honey, you've burnt the roast.
That's not the worst thing I've done today. A couple of hours ago, I nearly put the cat in the wash.
Oh, Gerald, you really are helpless without me.
You can say that again.
Oh, Gerald, you really are helpless without me.
Ugh.
Sheila, my love, now that you've come back from your business trip in Beirut, my cancer seems to have disappeared.
Oh, James, how wonderful.
Ugh.
After mating, beavers spend as much time maintaining their relationships as they do their dams and lodges. When they find a mate, it's till death do them part.
I'm so happy to be in a healthy, committed relationship with you, Annabelle.
Ditto, my little sugar muffin.
Ugh.
The results of a new study at Harvard support the old hypothesis that people in happy relationships do live longer than people who are single.
Ugh, for the love of...
You need to be in a relationship. If you are not in a relationship, you have no value. Find a man and marry him, or society will look down upon you as unlovable and of no account. Do it! Do it!
That's it! No more TV. Let's see what books we have around here. The Fault in Our Stars, Pride and Prejudice, Romeo and Juliet, Love Story, Purple Stuff. Purple Stuff? That's a weird title for a book. Huh. It's a picture book. Oh well, better than nothing. Grapes are purple. So are eggplants. Lavenders are also purple. Don't they smell nice? Alone again, aren't you, Katie? God, you're pathetic. What the hell is with everything? Can't I just be single and content? Who the hell could that possibly be?
No!
What the hell?
You heard me on the TV. Find a man or die young, alone, and miserable.
Up yours, you sexist bastard. Ugh. Hello?
A nice girl like you shouldn't be alone on a nice night like this.
Ew! The whole world has gone bananas. Well, I guess I'll just sit alone in silence for the rest of the evening. What the? Woof! A puppy! Come inside, little pupper. Oh, who's the cutest little floof? Woof! Who's the best little puppy? You are. Yes, you are. Hello?
You married yet?
No, and I don't need to be. Goodbye.
You will conform to...
Oh, who's the cutest little pupper in the world? You are. Who's a good little boy? Who's a good little boy?
The Newlywed Game was one of the most popular game shows on American television. It's been rebooted twice already. Recently, an attempt was made to reboot the show yet again, but alas, the pilot was not picked up. A rotten shame that, especially considering that this new pilot would have given the franchise its second most infamous gaffe. It's time once again for the Newlywed Game. And now, here's your host, Jamie Swift.
Hello, everybody! I'm Jamie Swift, and welcome to America's 11th most popular game show, The Newlywed Game. I don't know about you guys, but I am really pumped to get started, so let's go ahead and meet our couples. First up, we have Kenny and Alicia Kidwell. Kenny, Alicia, tell us about yourselves.
Well, Jamie, I work at a bank as a teller, and Alicia is a teaching assistant. And she actually just graduated from her master's program at Iowa State.
Well, we're all very proud of you, Alicia. The world needs more teachers.
Thank you.
Now, on to our next couple, Brandon and Danica Lindstrom. Brandon, Danica, tell us a bit about yourselves.
Oh, we're your typical love story. We've been friends since we were kids. We lived 3 doors down from each other. We started dating in high school, and the rest is history, you know?
I was so nervous when I asked her out for the first time. I didn't know if she felt the same way. I started stuttering like mad.
Whoa, hang on, Brandon. Save some of that for the game. Let's go on to our third couple, Tyler and Chloe Stevens. How about you tell us something about yourselves?
Yo, what up? I'm Tyler. This is my girl, Chloe.
Hi.
Not 100% sure what the deal is here, but I know we're gonna kill it. TKE represent!
Okay. Anyway, let's get on with the first round of the game. Now, fellas, before the start of the show, we had your wives answer some questions for us about your respective relationships. Your job is to guess how they answered. You get it right, you and your lady love will get 5 points. Let's get started, shall we? Now, husbands, your first question is, how did you two meet?
Well, I had just gotten out of a serious relationship, and my friend Elizabeth wanted me to go out on a date with one of her girlfriends. So we met on a double date, and I thought she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen in the world.
Aw, Kenny.
How sweet! I think we already know what the answer to this is gonna be, but Alicia, what did you write down?
Double date.
That's 5 points for the Kidwells. All right now, Brandon, how did you and Danica first meet?
Well, Danica moved into the neighborhood when we were around 5, and my mom suggested I go ask if she wanted to hang out with me and my friends, to make her feel welcome. And we all played kickball until the streetlights came on and we all had to go home.
All right, Danica, what was your response?
When I first moved in.
Correct! That's 5 points for the Lindstroms. Okay now, Tyler, how did you and Chloe first meet?
Well, she had a pretty banging Twitter, so I invited her to the TKE kickback that weekend. She got real wasted and lost her right shoe, so I helped her find it. I'm basically like Prince Charming, so my boy Walt Disney wouldn't have come up with that story if it wasn't for me.
Honey, what are you talking about? That is not how we met.
Huh? Oh, right, yeah. Nah, my girl Chloe here, she was puking off the balcony of my apartment. I remember I brought her some water. She had some, puke in her hair, and I was kind of, grossed out, but she had a nice ass, so I just went with it. Sometimes you just have to ignore things for love,
Oh, my God. We met in biology class. We were lab partners, Tyler.
Oh, yeah. God, I miss puke hair girl.
Yikes. Okay, so no points yet for the Stevenses, but it's still early in the game. Let's move on to our next question. Kenny, what is Alicia's favorite food?
Well, I know she loves my mom's lasagna. I mean, who doesn't? She's like the best cook in the world, so I'm gonna go with that.
And what did you say, Alicia?
I actually said tacos.
Ooh, no points that go round. Now on to our next couple. Brandon, what is Danica's favorite food?
Well, Danica's been trying to eat a little healthier lately, but I sometimes see her sneak a piece of chocolate every now and then, so I'm gonna go with the chocolate.
And what did you say, Danica?
I said chocolate.
Wonderful! That's another 5 points for the Lindstroms. Okay now, Tyler, what is Chloe's favorite food?
Well, some would say I'm a snack, so I'm gonna go with me.
Wow. Just wow. What did you say, Chloe?
It's avocado toast, babe, and you know it.
Well, you got it wrong again, Tyler, but it's okay though, because we have one more question.
Yo, before we get to the last question, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy, Roy!
No, you may not.
Oh, come on, bro. He's been like a ride or die since day one.
Go ahead.
Everyone pour one out for Rye. We call him Wonder Bread because he's real pasty. TKE forever.
Are you done now?
Yeah.
All right, final question. What did your wife say is your favorite part of her body?
Oh, man, that's so easy. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a butt man. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. I'd love to say what I love most about Chloe is her bodacious booty. I mean, it's not on the same level as puke hair girl's booty, but I mean, that girl could make Kim Kardashian jealous. God, I could just see her now in all her Calipigian glory.
Oh boy.
Puke hair girl, if you're out there, I still think about you every day. Not a day has gone by that I haven't thought about you and your glorious can. You can say the word and I'm yours, girl. I will drop everything for you and everyone. But yeah, Chloe's got a pretty neat little keister too.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me, Tyler? You told me you were over her. We are married and you're acting like this? I literally have given you so much and you're acting like this? Fine. Be with her. I don't care anymore. Good luck finding puke hair girl. Can't even remember her damn name.
Bruh.
Whoa. We'll be back with round 2 right after these messages.
We will now pause for station identification, followed by a brief message from one of our sponsors.
You're listening to WJMU 89.5, The Quad.
Ronnie Hinkelmeyer is tough.
No nonsense.
Dedicated to the people of this town.
And very hip. Hi, I'm Ronnie Hinkelmeyer, and I want to be your new mayor, Chicago.
Ronnie Hinkelmeyer has everything I could want in a mayor. She cares about our children.
She wants to invest more in our schools.
She's got a strong sense of what's right.
And I love rap music. I listen to all the hot new rappers like Lil Bibby and Nipsey Hussle.
As county board president, she expanded healthcare.
Fought the NRA.
And Trump on immigration.
She took on the police department and politicians to expose cover-ups and abuses of power.
I like the modern R&B music too. In fact, one of my favorite groups is The Weeknd.
Miss Hinkelmeyer, that's actually just one guy.
Oh, like how Panic at the Disco is just one guy?
She's not from the machine.
But she's a boss.
Ronnie is ready to take on the old boys club from day one.
Because I always have, just like Roseanne Barr.
No.
What's wrong? She did what? I'm Ronnie Hinkelmeyer, and I approve this message.
Hi, we're back. And now on to a new segment we call What's in Your Sock Drawer? So, what we did is we had a bunch of people write in and tell us what kind of stuff they keep in their sock drawers. It's silly, sure, and basically just padding, but when exactly have we been above that? Our first letter comes from Ted C. of Morgantown, West Virginia. He writes,
Frank, we've got a bit of a situation in Meister's office.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure how, but there's a goat loose in there.
Oh, good. Hang on a sec. We gotta take care of this.
Hello, everyone. I apologize for the interruption, but I had to make a distraction to buy me some time. You see, there have been too many events this last semester, too many situations that have gone unchecked and unaccounted to the people of Decatur. I'm here to rectify that. Now, first and foremost, if a location is advertising free Wi-Fi, don't take your chances. Set your phone to airplane mode. Second, if a squirrel approaches you between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m., tell her that the fox leaves tonight. Third, the Lincoln statue downtown is now rated as a level neon pink threat, and under no circumstances are you to make eye contact with it for more than 47 seconds. Fourth, if you find a brick on Main Street that is out of place, take it home, bake it into a pizza, and leave it on your front step. If you see 2 bricks out of place on Main Street, it is recommended that you leave the city. Fifth, wearing a tuxedo in Fairview Park is to be avoided because it could send the wrong message to a certain group of individuals you do not want delivering your milk. Sixth, this coming Tuesday, the word ribbons is not to be uttered except in the case of an emergency. And finally, take care with all that ice. I have to go now. Stay safe.
Excuse me, what are you doing here? Huh. That was odd. Whoop. Looks like we're out of time for this segment. Oh well. On to our next sketch. This one takes place in a high school, specifically during the lunch break of a couple of teachers.
I don't know much about my history. Don't know much about biology.
And that's why it's called the hypotenuse. Tomorrow, class, I'll actually teach you how to use the Pythagorean theorem. See you tomorrow, class.
Hi, Wanda.
Hey, sis. How are you doing?
Good. Megan Bishop told me the funniest joke during third period. Want to hear it?
Not now. I've got to plan tomorrow's lesson. Do you know how the Pythagorean theorem works?
Yeah. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The square root of the sum of the lengths of the 2 legs of a right triangle is equal to the length of its hypotenuse.
Thanks. And what makes a triangle a right triangle?
90-degree angle.
Thanks. And which side is the hypotenuse?
The one opposite the right angle.
Huh?
The longest one.
Right. Thanks. Oh, so the right angle's the one that looks like it came from a square. Wow! And the legs are the other 2 sides, right?
Yeah. Do you not know how to do geometry?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I know how to do geometry. It's as easy as conjugating verbs in Spanish.
How do you conjugate verbs in Spanish?
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't trained for this.
Oh, honey. It'll all be okay.
No, it won't. I'm expected to teach this stuff to young, impressionable minds, and I can't.
There's no shame in not knowing something, sis. Even if it is something you're supposed to know for your job.
Why did this happen to me? Why did they have to put me here? My teaching degree is in English.
Oh, dear. Well, it's never too late to learn.
Will you teach me?
I can try. I can't teach you too much right now. I've got my own classes to plan for. Where do you want to start?
Sines and cosines.
Okay, so the sine of an angle of a right triangle is equal to the ratio of the leg opposite.
School bells are ringing. I'm so happy. I don't know what to do. Can't you hear them? The school bells are ringing.
And now, to close out our program, the Pointless Filler Players proudly present...
The Adventures of Hamster Woman. The alter ego of Hotel heiress Priscilla Hargrove, Hamster Woman has dedicated her life to thwarting evil and fighting for justice. We take you now to her stately mansion in the suburbs of Megalopolis City, where she is currently training her new ward and sidekick, 15-year-old Marlene Barrow, a.k.a. the Sparrow.
All right, now, Sparrow, grab this donut. Yoink! Too slow. Try it again. Yoink! Too slow.
Ugh, what's the point of all this, Hamster Woman?
It's for dexterity. Now, try grabbing the donut again. Yoink! Too slow. Hark! That's the commissioner on the hamster phone.
Yoink!
Well done, young ward. Hello, Commissioner. What's the issue?
A masked bandit has broken into the Genevieve Breitenbach Museum and stolen the most valuable exhibit, the all-up-in-your-face diamond.
Ye gods!
Eyewitnesses report that the thief was covered in feathers and had a loud, obnoxious laugh, and appeared to have something that resembled a duck's bill on their face.
That sounds like the work of Ducky Do-Wrong.
I suspect your hunch is more than accurate, old chum. We're on the case, Commissioner. Come, Sparrow, to the hamster polls.
Holy Tony Anselmo, hamster woman! How the heck are we gonna hunt down that dastardly duck?
It's simple, Sparrow. During our last tussle with the felonious fowl, I had the foresight to put a tracking device on him.
But that was 2 whole months ago, hamster woman. Suppose Ducky Do-Wrong has found out about it and gotten rid of it.
Impossible! I designed it to be as inconspicuous as possible. For all he knew, he simply had another scar on his beak. Now, to determine his coordinates with the hamster computer. Now, we just wait for the hamster computer to spit out the results. Huh, took me literally. Aha! He's currently at the Landon Sheep Farm. Come, Sparrow, to the hamster mobile.
Wait, why would he be at a sheep farm?
Who knows what evil lurks within the hearts of men, or, in this case, ducks? Come, Sparrow, we've no time to lose. I simply cannot comprehend this, Sparrow. The hamster computer said he would be right here. Quiet, sheep. I'm contemplating. Ponder. Shh! Quiet!
Say, hamster woman, that sheep has a funny-looking scar on its face.
Indeed he does, old chum. My word! That's the tracking device! How observant of you. But how can this be?
I think I can explain that. I'm Zeke Bradley. I own this farm. Some weird-looking fellow with a beak put that on him a while back and said it's got to stay there or else he'll break my legs. He also gave me this to give to you in case you ever stop by.
A vinyl record.
Not just any vinyl record, my perceptive partner. It's a 10-inch 78 RPM vinyl record.
Holy Thomas Edison, hamster woman! This Ducky Do-Wrong truly is a fiend.
Indeed he is, old chum. Quick, back to the hamster cave. I never thought I'd ever have to use the hamster phonograph again, but here we are.
When did you ever have to use the hamster phonograph?
The last time was in 1995. Anyway, enough idle chit-chat. Let's play this record.
Hello, hamster woman. I'll bet you're wondering how I found out about that dirty little trick you pulled on me with that tracking device.
I am somewhat curious.
It fell off in the shower.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm sure you're also wondering where I shall strike next. Well, let's just say that birds of a feather flock together. Good luck solving this one, Cuddly Crusader! Woo!
Cuddly Crusader?
People used to call me that in the 60s. It was a different time. Anyway, we've got to figure out what he meant by birds of a feather flock together.
Well, he is a duck. Perhaps his next caper involves ducks.
That is a possibility, young ward.
Extra, read all about it! Eccentric billionaire Wallace Fargo to donate collection of J ducks to Genevieve Breitbach Museum.
Holy Clarence Nash, hamster woman! You don't think he'd be so foolish as to strike there again, would you?
Well, Ducky Do-Wrong isn't exactly of sound mind.
I think maybe this paper boy is nothing but a red herring. How did you even get in here? This is a top-secret hideout.
I come in through the window.
Hamster woman, I think it's best we just ignore this little jerk.
We've played one of your hunches already, Sparrow. Now it's time to play one of mine. Now, old chum, we wait for Ducky Do-Wrong to make his move.
I still say he sent that paperboy to the hamster cave to throw us off.
Shh! Someone's coming.
This will be like taking candy from a baby. Green, expensive candy.
There's that old familiar voice.
Holy Mel Blanc, hamster woman, your hunch was right.
Come, Sparrow, we've got him now.
Hark! Voices!
Hold it right there, Ducky Do-Wrong.
Hamster woman! Sparrow! How lovely of you to stop by. Lovely, but foolish! Henchmen, attack! I said, henchmen, attack! Henchmen? Oh, right. I don't have any. No matter. You won't be able to impede me in my plans for world domination.
What plans?
It's simple, Hamster Woman. Once I have acquired the jade ducks, I will hold them and the all-up-in-your-face diamond, which is already in my possession, for ransom. Since they are priceless artifacts, I'll no doubt demand a large but a reasonable price for them. Perhaps 50 million for each item. And if they pay by Friday, they'll get a special tote bag free of charge. But all that money still won't satisfy me. So I'll end up purloining another precious artifact. The White House!
No!
Yes! And this time around, I won't ask for money, oh no. My demands will be far more outrageous. But because that stupid old building is so beloved by the public, they'll have to give in.
And what, pray tell, would those demands be?
Simple. If they want their precious White House back, then they must let me live in it. As king!
No!
Yes! Then, once I have been crowned and have gained control of the military, I will launch a series of invasions and slowly but surely conquer the world!
You're diabolical, Ducky Doo-Wrong! Absolutely diabolical!
You ain't just whistling Dixie, Blondie! And once I have conquered the world, I will command all to do my bidding. All the wealth of the world will belong to me.
So, you think you're gonna make a slave of the world? I'll see you in hell first.
You did the right thing, Hamster Woman. A diabolically dangerous man like that shouldn't be allowed to roam free and wreak havoc.
What? Oh no, I was just getting sick of that stupid laugh of his.
Well, that's about all the time we have for tonight, but before we go, I'd like to quickly congratulate some friends of the show. First off, I'd like to congratulate Brian Barker, Mackenzie Barnett, Crystal Claros, Aria Hawkins, Giovanni Tapia, and of course our very own Michael Santos and Yoselino Vera for getting cast in main stage and pipe dream shows this semester. You guys are all gonna rock. I believe in you. And I'd also like to give congratulations to another friend of the show, Megan Pender, who just got a job at Disney World, which is gonna be so cool. All that said, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to be with you all again the same time next week. Until then, good night, and be safe.
That was Owl Stretching Time, starring Frank Macaluso, Will Barden, Emily Bose, Michael Santos, Antonio Verdera, and special guest Mary Heyl, with Jordan Garrison, Josie Hand, Mo Mollering, Sawyer Walter, and Ben Woodcock. This episode was written by Frank Macaluso, Antonio Verdera, and Sawyer Walter, and directed and produced by Frank Macaluso. This is your announcer, Jordan Komish, speaking.